morning, everyone, and thank you for coming to our Taos Women's Awards for 2026. My name is Laura Martin Baseman, and I am a third-generation newspaper kid, the proud daughter of Robin Martin, the owner of the Taos News and the Santa Fe New Mexican. I am also the HR director for the Taos News and the New Mexican, but most importantly, I'm here to kind of introduce us to our program and to introduce our other lovely speakers that are going to be with us tonight. But before I begin, I would like to invite Joseph Romero, Taos Pueblo's Lieutenant War Chief, to come up and have an invocation for us.
Good evening, everyone. It's good to see all of you, and thank you for inviting me here. I'd like to congratulate all the 8 women who were nominated this year for this event. They go over and beyond what they do in their jobs or around the community, and we appreciate that. Also, all you women, somehow you impact us with your everyday job and whatever you do for the communities. And I'd like to thank you for that. And I'll do a prayer for all of you, the world, and the children who are affected by the war. I pansai wa kaba I kwai wa kaba I dai wa go na tho ma an ti I thu ka ma lekin nai mo pui ma kaba nai mo ma go to ma ma pe ma la ha na ma han ki wa na ma I so wa I no ko I na ho wa le kai I so wa I ba yo I chai da ma no le nai wa go oni tam ta ma I ba Kim Dai wa na ba Dai Sain Chiu I be a ka ko on I chai do ba Ile nai wa ko na kina community wa na yo tung tai o ba ko he nai ma ke Ile nai wa ko cho na ba ko he hu na te ta na ba community na ma ki I to se ma o pin man ko ba pin a pe cha pa na ko ba chu yun nai liu tai na on yo na hi wen yo na hi do me ba on I do me hui le mo ma kon na to na nem Khoe mẹ này mà lên mới vào có khoe bị khoe này mà có phần xây này bảo đây này mới vào cũng hay ôi nhưng mà rồi mẹ hiểu cũng là bé cái mũ vậy nó bảo lên đây vào cái mình thâu vậy nó còn là thó mà giờ hay chung mà biếu mẹ leo bảo bỏ tép nó bùi mẹ năm tầm mày năm tầm mà năm bảo tầm mà năm mà cá mấy cái nó mua ya bên là bé chế bài nó muaแบบít đó mày bài nó kim tuần này nó bằng tay tuần này nóแบบông này mà tôi kiến béo thế này mẹ mày lấy cái bé mà ta sao kim tay vậy nó im u vậy nó cái bé cơ mà không này ít ông này đó mày đó Hello, na thó mình thằng nó cũng hay thư bài đi nay và còn cái nào chưa thắc cuộc cái nên thôi cũng hay ai kim tới rồi nó cái gì đi nay và cô cái mà không bỏ mà cái bao cái bài mà cho mày cái bài bên mày cái bao Kimayu Mago. Itu man, Tomanamo, Querly. In Levaho. Unam Una, Ipea, come on. You know, one payment of Puiman or Ichia, Kimaya, Puiman go Hechitabo, who own I MacDonald or Quinnan, Tomanamo. Malabo, Pimalo, Tomanam. When I am to it, I quinine. We are two or Imamolic. Imhumine about, and I'm all to him, Tain Tomanamo. Yana, Malo, when the return, Tomanama, Calmation, when I know who work. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. When my mom became the publisher of the Taos News at the age of 25, one of her priorities was to highlight the best stories in our community. The news these days is often filled with tragedy, sometimes so much so that we avoid it just to give ourselves peace. The Taos News does report on the challenges in our community, but they also take great care to bring us stories of hope and love. My favorite way they do this is by highlighting 8 amazing Taoseñas every March, because the people in our town are what make it special. I'm grateful that the light in each of the women being honored here is bright enough to beat back my shadows of despair. They are each teachers, healers, and leaders that keep us strong. What makes us what we are, and what makes them what they are, shines so brightly. What makes this even more special is that every year our honorees are chosen by the honorees from the previous year. Because who better to recognize women doing hard work in our community than those who have already and do walk in their shoes? Will last year's Taos Women's honorees please stand up? There are so many more women in our community besides those being honored tonight who deserve recognition. My hope is that the stories of these 8 women move you to reflect on other women who have lifted you up in your daily life, and to take time to let them know. I would also like to thank the sponsors who have made tonight possible. UNM Taos, Taos Lifestyles, Wanda Lucero from State Farm, Kit Carson Electric Cooperative, Taos Main Street, and Taos Destination Stewardship. Another one of our key sponsors is the Taos Community Foundation. Not only a sponsor, but also a true partner in bringing this event to life every year. I would like to introduce now their Executive Director, CJ Grace.
Hi, I'm CJ Grace, CEO of Taos Community Foundation. I will begin tonight with Taos Community Foundation's land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that the land we live and work on is located upon unceded land belonging to Taos Pueblo, Ute, Lipan, Apache, and Tiwa people, who have served as the original stewards of this land for millennia, and who continue to inhabit this land today. These are our roots. We acknowledge the violent and painful legacy of colonization against the original inhabitants of Taos and the cascading effects of this harm, which continue to this day. With this acknowledgement, we pay respect to local indigenous peoples and commit ourselves to learning the true history of the land we reside on. We affirm tribal sovereignty and will dedicate ourselves to creating meaningful relationships with the indigenous communities of Taos, honoring their ongoing traditions and legacy. Thank you. For more than 30 years, Taos Community Foundation has served as a trusted partner in charitable giving. We steward meaningful nonprofit work by strategically investing in our community, knowing that when nonprofits thrive, thrives. With that, I'd like to ask the board members of Taos Community Foundation who are with us tonight to stand. We accomplish this work through strong local relationships, connecting people with opportunities, and generating resources to help build a more creative, caring, and thriving Taos. Thank you to the Taos News, Robin Martin, Chris Baker, and Laura Martin for hosting in partnership with the Community Foundation such a lovely event celebrating the best of our community for the 8th year, and for creating a space to honor and recognize the women and the young women of Taos. Go Tigers. We see every day how women in our community show up, sometimes in small ways, sometimes big. They show up for their families, they show up in their professions, and they show up doing good for the community. They lead by example and by doing, and their leadership makes Taos a better place for everyone. Thank you to each of you for all that you do every day. Women Give Taos is a giving circle of Taos Community Foundation. And the Giving Circle comes together every year to give back collectively to the community. With that, I'd like to ask the Women Give Taos ladies that are here tonight to stand up and be recognized. Since 2004, members of Women Give have contributed more than $200,000 to support local nonprofits serving women, children, and families through community-centered grant making. It's truly my honor and privilege to present this year's Women Give Taos Annual Grant Award. It's a very competitive grant. This year, 16 nonprofits shared thoughtful proposals to help families, women, and children thrive in our community. Each proposal reflected deep care for Taos and meaningful ideas for strengthening our community. One application stood out for its focus on intergenerational wellness and family health. Their work aims to serve more than 4,000 residents through initiatives such as a youth job fair, professional development workshops, behavioral health seminars, substance abuse prevention, and expanded mental health services. For more than 40 years, this organization's all local staff and board, located in Penasco, have worked to address interconnected challenges through community-driven solutions. Please join me in congratulating this year's Women Give Taos grant recipient, Mas Comunidad and Doris Sandoval.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Doris May Gonzalez. I am the Mas Comunidad Executive Director, the Spot Office Community Health Worker, and the Spot Office Manager. Thank you, Taos Community Foundation and the Women Give Taos Community Committee for your support to the Penasco area. I am beyond grateful and blessed to represent my beautiful Penasco community in accepting this life-changing grant. Mas Comunidad is the only nonprofit organization in Southern Taos County offering direct services programs that provide vital support to meet the basic needs, educational and employment success, physical and mental health, and well-being of Penasco and its surrounding areas. These programs include navigation services with the Spot Office, La Jicarita Food Pantry, the Reuse Center, the Penasco Theater, and the Picuris Penasco Committee Coalition. Our community members live within an abundance of natural and cultural beauty, but lack access to services and opportunities. So we centered our programs on the express needs of our community while recognizing the rich tricultural diversity. We facilitate access to services, support opportunities for self-development, build partnerships with local, regional entities and legislators, and formulate ways to support local economic development. Más Comunidad's funding is very limited. This funding will be utilized to address life skills geared towards employment, preparation, and as well as parent preparation. We will leverage funding to make meaningful changes to touch upon the 5 funding priorities. We will strengthen, stabilize, and expand initiatives of our SPOT office by supporting professional development workshops for single parents, family behavioral health seminars, parenting skills, substance abuse prevention, employment preparation skills, youth job fairs, and the Picodis Peñasco Health Fair. As a nonprofit constantly serving the families, youth, and elders of rural southern Taos County, I wholeheartedly will do my absolute best to carry out and bring the expertise and love needed in equitable and strategic ways. My passion is to make my community happy, healthy, united, and thriving, so that they may continue to be the stewards and shepherds of the community. If you would like to support this passion, please contact me so we could collaborate to bring your resources, events, and partnerships to the beautiful Peñasco area. As a former woman of impact, congratulations to my Peñasqueras and to all of the phenomenal women in this being honored tonight. Thank you very much, and God bless. Have a good evening.
Thank you. And with that, I would like to share the mic and introduce the amazing Anita Bringas, who will be leading us into and through the evening.
Wow, it's already been a full night, and we're just getting started. What a beautiful room, and what an honor it is to be here tonight to introduce and to welcome our 8 women of impact. March marks Women's History Month, which celebrates women's contributions to history, culture, and society. For 8 years now, the Taos News has carried on this theme of celebrating community service, leadership, and selflessness, healing, and hope with the annual Taoseña publication and Women of Impact Awards. Many thanks to Chris Baker and the team at the Taos News, our host and primary sponsor for this lovely celebration. We're grateful for your commitment to community and for all you do to honor and recognize the people that make Taos so special. Thanks too to the individuals, businesses, and organizations that have helped make this night possible. We'll take a few moments throughout the presentations this evening to offer individual gratitude to our sponsors. But as was mentioned, tonight is about recognizing and lifting up women and how they do so for other women. And so we started by recognizing the 2025 Taoseña Award recipients. I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge them each by name. Sunshine Duran, Clarine Espinosa, Mary Trujillo Mascareñas, Kaori Lopez, Rose Reza, Sage Yardley, Kathy Cordova, and Chelsea Reedy. Also assisting in the nomination committee this year were Cynthia Real Vigil and Elizabeth Crittenden Palacios. And so the cycle continues from one year to the next. It is our hope that similarly, the tradition continues on to the next generation. Helping to make that possible is Taos Main Street, whose generous sponsorship has made it possible for several young women from Taos High School to attend tonight's event, connecting them with inspiring leaders and opening doors to new possibilities for their futures. Will our special guests from Taos High School, where are you at? The young ladies from Taos High School, please stand. And it's with warmth that we welcome the next generation of Taos Women of Impact. Thank you for being here. And thanks again to Taos Main Street, whose mission it is to preserve the history and build the future of downtown Taos while creating a strong sense of belonging for all. Through the Destination Stewardship effort, their new Cultural Events Fund initiative, they continue to champion community culture and expand access to opportunity. And now to tonight's honorees. A moment ago, when you were looking around the room, looking out for our next year's generation of women of impact, I hope you also realize that all of these people have gathered tonight in honor and respect for you. I invite you to breathe in this moment, soak in this night, and know that you are surrounded by the love, admiration, support of your family and community. Family, community, and culture are a common thread woven through the stories of each of tonight's women of impact. This is true of our first honoree, who speaks of these things as the heart of her life's work. Lifelong resident of Chamizal, Juliet Garcia Gonzalez's roots grow 12 generations deep and keep her grounded in a respect for land, culture, and family. She has dedicated her life to preserving the traditions that sustain northern New Mexico's rural villages. For decades, she has volunteered in key roles that quietly shape community well-being, including long service on the Chamizal Mutual Domestic Water Consumers Association, the Chamizal Community Cemetery Board, El Centro Family Health, and the Peñasco Independent School Board. She currently serves as the Director of Operations for the New Mexico Acequia Association. Her professional work reflects the values that she lives every day. A mother and grandmother, Juliet believes that cultural knowledge is best preserved through daily practice, and she is committed to passing on these land-based traditions in meaningful and practical ways, like making wine, harvesting remedios, preparing chicos in the horno, and hosting family gatherings that revolve around grandchildren, sharing of stories, traditions, food, and art. Whether welcoming pilgrims at San Jose de Gracia Church, supporting local infrastructure, or mentoring younger generations, she leads with sincerity, persistence, and care. Her life's work reflects a simple but powerful belief. Strong communities grow from love of place and responsibility to one another. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Juliet Garcia Gonzalez.
I'll say that I was really glad that she told me I was first. It made it easier somehow. So in these last, I guess it's been like 6 weeks, just a lot of reflections. I've had to process many thoughts. And I woke up this morning, I'm like, come on, Julia, I had really procrastinated, just like writing down everything that had like surfaced and everything I was thinking about and everything I thought I was gonna say and I wanted to say. And in the first week, I literally like laughed at myself for 2 whole days. I just laughed and laughed because I'm like, really? Like, really? It's just a lot. It's a beautiful honor. So I was flooded with all these feelings about being selected. I had to consider all my faults. I thought about all my sacrifices and all the obligations, because sometimes you miss a birthday party, your kid's birthday party, because you have to be at a meeting Like, te prestates, you better be there. You can't miss. Then my daughter reminded me to allow the light. And she helped me to be grounded. It was beautiful. She's like, come on. Like, come on. Orale, orale. So in the past 35 years, I've sat in many circles with many incredible individuals. In both my career and community work, I have poured my heart. Thank you to past and current colleagues. I'm so grateful for all of you. There have been so many lessons and so many meetings. I want to thank my parents, who are my truest mentors, Maximiliano and Sandra Garcia. If it has importance to them, it is important to me. These people I get to visit every night. I'm neighbors with them, and sometimes I come home and do the eye roll, because I'm like, what? And I'm like, it's all good because they're my parents, right? Like, they're my mom and dad, so it's good lessons. Whatever they have is a good lesson. It's a lesson. I want to say thank you to my husband, Edward. He's my biggest supporter, and many times he's my lead. Like, he's like, all right, we're going to do this. To my children and their spouses, Toribio and Olivia, Don and Jose, Agustin and Essence, Ignacio and Claudia, they are my greatest gifts. To my grandchildren, Toribio Jr., Lorencita, Francisco, Donicio, Angelo and Agustin Jr., they are my heart. My siblings, Max Jr., Teresa, Frutoso, and Margaret, they always have my back. My comadres, these are a handful of women that are the most beautiful examples of reciprocity and friendship. They are generous with time, with money, and energy. These women will move their schedules and are the women that know when to catch and hold me. You know who you are. I am blessed beyond measure. Thank you, and I know you're watching. Thank you to my neighbors, my primos, my hijadas and hijadas, my nieces and nephews, to my gente in my Peñasco Valley, and especially my community of Chamizal. Clementine, where's Clementine? She took the greatest, sweetest photo. And Michelle, the interview was so great. It was so informal and fun. I feel like we should hang out. The Facebook posts were off the hook. It felt like another Facebook birthday or something. I'm like, what? They just kept rolling in, and it was a share, and it was more, and then you have to like him, and it was just so much fun. It was just lots of sweet words of encouragement and love. My fellow Taoseñas, some of you I've met already, my heart is full. We're here, we're alive, we're serving community, and I am honored. Thank you.
Congratulations. Intelligent, dependable, trustworthy, kind. These are characteristics that any organizations would want in a member of their team, and especially in the person managing their budget. Without a doubt, these are some of the many values that our next honoree exemplifies. For more than 3 decades, Gina Vigil has been a steady, behind-the-scenes force supporting education, opportunity, and community growth at UNM Taos. A Taos native and Taos High School graduate, Gina brings a lifelong connection to the community she serves. She began her career as a work-study student and now serves as business manager and grants administrator, a position that places her at the heart of campus. She manages more than $4 million annually across 33 grants. Funds directly support students, families, staff, and academic programs across northern New Mexico. Known for her meticulous standards, calm professionalism, and deep institutional knowledge, she guides others through complicated systems with clarity and confidence, demonstrating not only technical expertise, but an unwavering dedication to service. She approaches her work and her life with quiet leadership and humility. While working full-time and raising 3 children, she earned her master's degree in educational leadership. And still, she talks about leadership that is something for others, not recognizing that her own consistency, integrity, and commitment. She exemplifies the powerful influence of women whose work happens largely in the background and whose impact is felt every day. Congratulations to Woman of Impact, Gina Vigil. Gina is celebrating one of life's most precious celebrations as she's welcoming a new grandbaby into the world. So here to accept the award on her behalf is Rose Reza, Executive Director for UNM Taos Hive.
Good evening, everyone. It is truly an honor to stand here tonight to accept the Taoseña Award on behalf of Gina Vigil. Those of us who work closely with Gina know just how much this recognition means, because we see every day the extraordinary care and precision she brings to her work. At the Hive, we directly experience the impact of that work. Grants are not just numbers on a spreadsheet. They are student internships, small business support, workforce training opportunities, and pathways to stability for families across northern New Mexico. None of that happens without strong stewardship behind the scenes, and that stewardship is Gina. She manages complex funding requirements. She does it quietly. She rarely speaks the spotlight. I think right now she's thanking her granddaughter for arriving just on time. And yet, she rarely seeks the spotlight, yet she is often the reason the spotlight shines on us, on others. Her professionalism, wealth of knowledge, and high standards elevate every program and department she touches. Being born and raised in Taos, Gina's commitment runs deep. She is not simply managing funds. She is investing in her own community. The students and entrepreneurs we serve are her neighbors. Their success is personal. Gina, as Anita stated, she can't be with us tonight, but I know she would say that this work is a team effort. Still, we know that her steady dedication is at the heart of so much at UNM Taos and the Hive. On her behalf, thank you for recognizing a woman whose impact is felt every single day, even when it is unseen. Gina, I hope you're watching. We celebrate you, we appreciate you, and we are so grateful for all that you do. Thank you.
Speaking of everyday impact, where would we be without anchor institutions like Kit Carson Electric Cooperative, whose mission extends beyond delivering reliable essential services? They strengthen the communities they serve. Honoring women and empowering the pursuit of leadership and achievement reflects their commitment to innovation, resilience, and an inclusive future for northern New Mexico. Thank you. Our next honoree truly embodies power. She is an example of what women can accomplish when she is rooted in culture, courage, and creative expression. Born in 1930 in Chera, Colorado, Enriqueta Vasquez is the daughter of a midwife and farmer, both of whom were role models that shaped her deep sense of service and self-reliance. At a time when few women, and even fewer Mexican-American women, held such roles, Enriqueta worked in the legal industry in Colorado, including at the U.S. Attorney's Office. These are experiences that she later applied to civil rights work with the Crusade for Justice. And later, here in San Cristobal, Enriqueta became a vital voice in the Chicano movement as a columnist for El Grito del Norte, writing Despierten Hermanos on issues of land, labor, and cultural identity. She is an artist, musician, playwright, and award-winning author. She has mentored young musicians, played mandolin for Danza Azteca, painted murals across New Mexico, and in 2025 debuted her play Flor and the Gift of the Blue Eagle at Taos Center for the Arts. Now in her mid-90s, she continues to create, tend to her land, and stand in her power as a pillar of San Cristobal. It is with honor and deep respect that we recognize Elder and Matriarch Enriqueta Vasquez.
Gracias. Mil gracias. You know, it's interesting that I was thinking it was this women of Taos, it's International Women's Day on March the 8th. And it was first time it was done in 1911. It's the first time we had the Women's International. Later on, we had a group here called Hembras de Colores, and we celebrated Women's International. And this is one of the things that we really did a lot of programs. We did a lot of singing. We did a lot of playing. We had poetry and many things, and we were very active. And matter of fact, we were the first, our group was the first ones to have El Cinco de Mayo in Taos. And we brought people from Denver, Corky Gonzalez and his family, and they danced here, and they sang, and we took over the Kit Carson and did quite a bit. So we made history. Thank you very much. And all in all, I've done quite a bit. And well, when you get old, you know, you keep doing things. And then although we had a play that we did, and quite a few things. And I just I like to see the strong women here, and because we have the children to think about, and we have to be active all the time. Thank you so much, very much.
I want to introduce you to my mom. She's in her 90s too, and the two of you would just tear up the town. Sometimes power shows up as a roaring rapid, and sometimes with the quiet consistency of a mountain stream. Both sustain northern New Mexico's rural communities, but it's in the way of the latter that our next honoree flows through community with quiet determination and tireless commitment. Lifelong resident of Penasco, Lauralee Martinez is widely known for her service to youth, family, and community, work she carries out without fanfare and often without institutional backing. A mother of 7, Lauralee expanded her family through kinship care, stepping in when relatives struggled with addiction, and committed fully to raising children who needed stability and love. That same sense of responsibility guides her public service. In recent years, she has been a driving force behind Peñasco's revitalized community events, such as the annual Christmas Light Parade and Winter Festival, and the Peñasco Car Show fundraiser that supports students and school programs. Her current role as Community Outreach Coordinator at Peñasco Schools, she is a trusted presence among students, especially teenage girls, who gravitate toward her warmth and rise to her high expectations, allowing the light of their own potential to shine brightly. Lauralee is a photographer, youth athletics coach, and active parishioner. Above all, she is a woman who remains deeply committed to Peñasco's future and the people who call it home. Please join me in congratulating Lauralee Martinez.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Lauralee Martinez. I am deeply honored and humbled to stand here tonight as one of the 8 women of impact for Taos County. When I look around at the incredible women being recognized, I see strength, compassion, resilience, and heart. There are so many women in this county who pour into their families and communities every single day without ever asking for recognition. I share this honor with all of them. First and foremost, I want to thank my family. To my husband, Lawrence, thank you for being my rock, for supporting every late night, every early morning, every practice, parade, meeting, and big idea. To my 7 beautiful children, yes, 7, you are my why. You are the reason I push forward even when I'm tired. Thank you for sharing your mom with this community and for being the best volunteer crew, whether you signed up for it or not. To my parents and my in-laws, thank you for the foundation you built. I wrestled for 6 years growing up, and I owe so much of what I know about discipline and resilience to my dad, who was my coach, and my mom, who was his assistant. They instilled in me work ethic, accountability, and lessons that continue to guide me today. And to my sister, thank you for being my constant support, my sounding board, and my encourager. Your belief in me, your help behind the scenes, and your steady presence mean more than I can put into words. I could not do this without you. Today, I have the privilege of serving as the head cross-country coach and track and field coach at Peñasco Middle and High School. For the past 7 years, my own family has been immersed in the running world: cross-country, mountain biking, road biking, and swimming. Endurance sports teach you that growth happens mile by mile. Coaching isn't just about competition, it's about helping our kids see their potential and believe they can do hard things. I am also working to start a wrestling program for our students. Wrestling shaped who I am, and my hope is to grow a sustainable program that builds discipline, confidence, and resilience in the next generation. In my role as the Peñasco District's Community Schools Coordinator, I am blessed to work alongside incredible people and organizations. Through the Blue Door Pantry at the Peñasco Schools, we serve families throughout the district, making sure basic needs are met and the families know they are supported. 2 of the projects closest to my heart are our Community Light Parade and the Back to School Car Show. The Light Parade began with one simple belief: our kids deserve to experience the magic of holidays, and they deserve to know their community cares about them. What started as an idea has grown into something beautiful. The parade fills the streets with lights, decorated vehicles, and families bundled up together. It ends at the school with one big community celebration. Santa arrives with his elves, and this past year we distributed over 400 gifts to children in our community. Each year we are also blessed to have amazing professional barbers and stylists volunteer their time to give free haircuts to more than 50 children, helping them look and feel their very best for the holidays. We provide a free meal so families can gather and celebrate together. We invite vendors to sell last-minute Christmas gifts, supporting small businesses while spreading holiday cheer. It's more than an event. It's a reminder that no child is forgotten and that our community shows up for one another. Our back-to-school car show carries the same spirit, just at a different time of year. It's where the community comes together to raise money and collect school supplies for our students so they can start the year confident and prepared. We have vendors, a DJ bringing energy and music, and this year we have had flamenco dancers who added culture, beauty, and excitement to the day. It's incredible to see families, businesses, and neighbors unite with one shared purpose, supporting our kids. While my name may be connected to organizing these events, they are not mine alone. They belong to this beautiful, amazing community. Volunteers, sponsors, staff, families, community partners are the reason any of this happens. I also had the honor of sponsoring our district ski program this year, and watching students learn how to ski and snowboard, seeing fear turn into confidence on the slopes is something I will never forget. Everything I do comes back to one belief. When we invest in our youth, support our families, and create moments of connection, we build a stronger future for Taos County. This recognition is not mine alone. It belongs to my family, my students, my fellow coaches, our community partners, and every person who chooses to show up with love for this community. I am grateful and I am humbled, and I am committed to continuing the work alongside all of you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Each of our honorees tonight speak of the places and people that are most important. And so now we take a moment to thank Taoseña Wanda Lucero, who has helped families in Taos protect what matters most to them for over 3 decades. A trusted local State Farm agent, she combines personalized service with a deep commitment to community, from supporting local athletics to having served on many local boards, including that of the Taos Community Foundation. Thank you, Wanda. A proud daughter of Cuesta, our next honoree's life and work are deeply rooted in community, culture, and service. Born and raised in the village, she left after graduation to pursue education and professional experience. She then returned with a clear intention: to help Cuesta thrive while staying grounded in its traditions and values. Now, and for the past 2 decades, Maria Gonzalez has served her hometown in roles that span education, behavioral health, and social services. She has worked as an elementary art teacher and educational assistant, behavioral health and care coordinator for rural families, and as program coordinator for the Vida del Norte Community Coalition, where she collaborated with local partners to address substance misuse among youth and to strengthen prevention efforts. Today, Maria serves as a Cuesta Community Officer for the Lower Foundation, where she helps residents turn locally driven ideas into action by listening closely, connecting people to resources, and supporting community-led solutions. Colleagues describe her as someone who not only believes in ideas, but helps bring them to life. Growing up surrounded by extended family, tradition, and the rhythms of rural life shaped Maria's sense of responsibility to place. Gardening, hunting, fishing, church, and community gatherings weren't extracurricular activities, they were the fabric of daily life. Her work and her life reflect a quiet but powerful belief that strong communities grow from tradition, collaboration, and deep love for home. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Maria Gonzalez.
Good evening, everyone. Oh gosh, I'm gonna freeze when I'm up here. But anyways, I am very honored to be here this evening and to be in a room full of amazing, incredible women. It's kind of a hard act to follow, like Juliet said. It's very humbling. I think I laughed when I found out I had been nominated as well. But as women, you know, how many times have we pulled ourselves out of dark places we were pushed into, or places we quietly stepped into, and we still found a way to rise. Rising like the phoenix from the ashes, we continue to bloom and bloom because that's who we are as women. We continue to thrive and be who we are in our community. I am the daughter of Kathy, who endured more than most, and she still stood tall. The grandmother of Eloisa, who faith was rooted so deep in me that even though she left me as a child from this earth, she still walks beside me. My grandma Montoya, who's the Santos lying to the altar and her daily rosary, you know, that's just the rhythm that we understood, and we understood that that power came from prayer. I am the mother of 4 beautiful daughters, my aces, Anastasia, Araceli, Amalia, and Aliana. I call them my 4 aces because they're all A's, and if you're playing poker, you better hope you have a 4 of a kind. So they're my beautiful daughters. But the truth is, you know, they're watching everything that I do, but the truth is I watch them as well. I learn from them. I take their advice. I listen to their wisdom because they are wise. They are bold in ways that I'm still becoming, and fearless in ways that I'm still learning. I don't want them to hear me speak about strength. I want them to see it. If one day they walk into a room that I never imagined, I want them to remember that they come from women who rise. And yes, along the journey, there have been a few good men. My husband, my husband, Jason, who stands beside me as my protector and my partner. Mentors like Ted Wired, who challenged me, corrected me, helped me see both my strengths and my flaws. And my father, Casey, who taught me independence, how to stand on my own 2 feet, believe that I could handle anything in this world. There were times when it was just him and I against the world. My dad's no longer here. I wish he was here tonight. But we came up with a saying, and it was, just me and you, Dad. Just me and you. And that became our motto. And I miss him, and I wish he was here, and he's smiling on me. And I acknowledge that these men, because strong women are not threatened by strong men, and strong men are not intimidated by strong women. We stand together. That is why I live by this truth. Nothing is scarier than avoiding your full potential. Not failure, not criticism, not falling down. The scariest thing is knowing you were called to rise and choosing comfort instead. For a long time, like many women, I played small in rooms that I was meant to lead. I softened my voice. I questioned my worth. But faith taught me something. Potential is not ego. It is stewardship. If God gives you gifts, you are responsible for multiplying them. My favorite quote by Saint Teresa of Avila, the important thing is not to think much, but to love much, and so do whatever best awakens you to love. For me, that love looks like service. It meant my purpose could not be just personal success. It had to pour into my community. It meant advocating for our youth, preserving our culture and our language, creating spaces where families feel supported, building programs that strengthen hope, because faith without action is comfort. And I was not called for comfort. I was called for impact. When women rise, when women rise, communities rise. When mothers refuse to quit, daughters learn courage. When leaders choose service over status, trust is rebuilt. So tonight, I'm not just accepting recognition. Tonight, I'm issuing a challenge. Don't leave this room inspired. Leave this room activated. I'm asking you to live long, 90-some years. I want to be like her when I grow up. Live fierce, and always be a little bit extra. Never be afraid to shine. Stop negotiating with your greatness. Stop waiting for permission. Stop shrinking to fit spaces you have outgrown. Rise in your homes, rise in your businesses, rise in your churches, and rise in your communities, because nothing is scarier than avoiding your full potential, and nothing is more powerful than a woman who finally decides she won't. Thank you. You guys have a wonderful evening.
I'm glad I have notes, because how do you follow that? Man. Thank you. Thank you. You know, a few years ago, I suggested to Chris Baker, wouldn't it be fun if we got all of the women from all 8 years that have been recognized at these awards and bring them all together and just gather and be in each other's wisdom and strength? And I think we really should do that, because I want to hang out with you all. Whew. I feel like doing a 7th inning stretch. A dedicated community advocate, health professional, wife, and mother, Tomasita Tedesco's impact is felt daily. Through both her work and volunteer leadership. She is rooted in both Taos Pueblo and Hispanic traditions, experiences that she's grateful for they have helped her create bridges between cultures in the work that she does. After graduating Taos High School, Tomasita went on to obtain her bachelor's degree from Vanguard University in California, and then her master's degree in occupational therapy from UNM. She has spent her career supporting children, family, and elders across northern New Mexico, having worked at the Taos Living Center for 10 years, and the schools for 17. Her current role with Sierra Therapy Providers allows her to offer occupational therapy to 50 students throughout the county. Tomasita has also been a driving force at Taos Pueblo Day School as a volunteer and now president of the Parent Teacher Association, a role in which she has helped strengthen school programs, support teachers and students, and foster a strong sense of connection among families. She also volunteers to teach children at her church, New Beginnings Taos, and does all of this while working and raising 3 children. Colleagues have long admired her ability to balance demanding professional responsibility with deep family and community commitments. Tomasita is a woman who quietly steps in, leads by example, and makes things happen. Through her steady leadership, compassion, and tireless energy, she continues to make a lasting impact on the children and families of her community. Our congratulations and gratitude to Taos Woman of Impact, Tomasita Tedesco.
Thank you so much. I, too, was so surprised when I was nominated. Those of you that know me know I don't really like to be the center of attention. I'm really quiet in the background some of the time. But I have a couple of words of advice for you. My pastor once told me, if you ever want to get something done, ask the busiest person you know. Well, I'm probably one of the busiest people you know. Maybe shadowed by the lady that has 7 kids. But, but another word of advice I got from a boss was, well, if you can't say no, say oh. So lately I've been trying to say, oh, I can't do that. But really, I am blessed to work with so many people, and I really am around this whole county. I work with so many kids and so many families and know so many faces out here, and it was great also to get all the love on Facebook and comments from everybody all over the country and all over Taos. And I guess I didn't realize how much of an impact that I had on people, so thank you. I want to give a shout out to my PTO moms that are in the crowd, and thank you, Sage, for nominating me. To my boss and friend Margot Hurtado, and my family, my parents. My dad's no longer with me, Joe Martinez, but my mom and my stepdad, Sandra and Roberto Rogelio, and my sisters, Joanna, and my other sister, Maria, who should be watching online. I was really excited to be nominated with Sean, because Sean and I worked together 20 years ago. It just seems a couple years ago, but we did a lot of things for Taos Pueblo, and we both still kept on going, and you were such an inspiration to me at the time. And I learned a lot from you. And I want to thank all the communities and kids and schools I work in. So I'll start with Cuesta and all my coworkers at the Cuesta schools and all of my students, and at TISA, and Eagle Nest Elementary, Taos Day School, and Taos High School. And since I'm talking about Taos High School, I have to give a shout out to Kurt, Bob, and Ted, Horse Ted, for teaching me the sport I love, tennis. I still play tennis all these years later. And last but not least, I want to thank my husband, Jamie, for putting up with me. Talk about a never-ending volunteer. He gets volunteered to do everything with me, sweeping the floors at midnight on Thanksgiving night for the powwow. And to my kids, Tabitha, who can't be here, Cassia and Hugo, just so I can embarrass them. I do all this for you, really. And thanks for putting up with your crazy mom, who's always busy and running around. And thank you again to the Taos News and everybody. I'm really honored.
And now, in recognition and thanks to another woman in Taos who makes things happen, Mattress Mary D'Amato, whose 20-year vision created and founded Taos Lifestyle. From home furnishings, mattresses, and appliances to locally curated gallery and community music and event space, it's a destination for all. Woman-owned and woman-founded, Taos Lifestyle proudly supports the critical work and leadership of women in Taos County. Thank you, Mary. Critical work and leadership refers to our next honoree, who has spent more than 3 decades quietly ensuring that one of northern New Mexico's most essential institutions runs smoothly, efficiently, and with integrity. Carmela Suazo. Also a graduate of Taos High, Carmela earned a bachelor's degree in business administration from New Mexico Highlands University in 1987. Determined, she says, not to leave her community behind, but to be able to support it. She began her career at Kit Carson Electric Cooperative shortly thereafter, and over the years, she has not only become the assistant manager, but a trusted leader. Colleagues describe her as a steady presence behind the scenes, the person to call on when something must not only be done, but be done immediately and be done right. Known for her problem-solving skills, professionalism, and discretion, she manages complex administrative responsibilities and confidential matters while keeping operations moving forward. A wife, mother, and grandmother, she balances work, family, and community with humility and dedication, and enjoys the quiet rhythm of life near the Rio Grande. Carmela represents the many women who are a constant, dependable force, strengthening northern New Mexico from behind the scenes. Please join me in congratulating Carmela Suazo.
Thank you so much. I'm not used to talking about myself, so please bear with me. But I'm truly honored and grateful to be selected for this great award. Being recognized alongside the other 7 women is extremely meaningful, especially with Lauralee Martinez. She actually worked with us at Kit Carson Propane. So it's really exciting to know these women and to be recognized alongside them. I have the support of my husband, Joshua, and my family and all that I have accomplished, and that I am grateful. I have with me my husband, Joshua, my son, Michael, my daughter-in-law, Jocelyn, my brother, Casey, my sisters, Debbie, Connie, and Cindy, and my brother and sister-in-law, Herb and Fatima, and my niece, Ari. Thank you for supporting me today. I also want to recognize my Kit Carson family, Luis Reyes, Michael Santisteban, Daniel Trujillo, Shannon Vigil. I'm not sure if anybody else is here, but thank you for being here to support me today. I'm also thankful for all the kind words expressed by so many when the Taos News advertised the honorees. I received so many kind words, messages, and I am extremely grateful. My time at Kit Carson Electric has been rewarding, especially working for a progressive CEO like Luis Reyes. That has its advantages. Luis is a great leader and shares his knowledge, expertise, and wisdom. You can go to Luis and he always assists you in whatever you need. Also, the Kit Carson Electric management team is an incredible group of leaders I am happy to be a part of. I wouldn't be here today without their support. I also want to mention my son, Jude, who isn't here today. He's in the armed forces, so he wasn't able to attend. Hopefully he's watching from Washington State. Thank you to the Taos News for recognizing the Taoseña Women of Impact. I would also like to thank Rose Risa, who nominated me. It was such an honor. Thank you. When I was in high school, I dreamed of pursuing a bachelor's degree in business management and returning to my hometown. That was always my hope, to return to my hometown and work for a community-focused organization. One that valued feedback from the community and one that valued its employees. I feel blessed to have worked for Kit Carson Electric for over 36 years. And being a part of helping to provide all of the services that we do to improve the quality of life of Kit Carson members and to impact. And remember that with impact, you have to believe in the change is possible. Change is possible to make things happen. I am here today accepting this award because of my upbringing and faith. My parents are no longer here, but I wouldn't be here without what they taught me. They taught me that hard work and commitment paid off. In 2000, when Kit Carson Electric members amended their bylaws to engage in diversification, propane, and internet, I remember thinking, how in the world are we going to accomplish this? How are we going to open and create a new propane company? But we did. In one office in the Kit Carson Electric, we housed the propane company. And we were able to achieve the goal to stabilize propane rates. So that I'm so happy to be a proud of that. I'm so happy and proud to be a part of that accomplishment. And today, Kit Carson Propane is still helping to stabilize the rates. As you all know, Kit Carson Propane and Kit Carson Electric also formed an internet company, a high-speed fiber optic internet for rural communities. Currently, Kit Carson Internet is successful and continues to offer competitive packages. I was fortunate to be a part of the launch of these two businesses. And also the positive impact on the community. As you all know, electricity is an essential part of what we need for public safety, for families who rely on medical equipment, for those who have oxygen or sleep aid machines, and for families who work and study from home. So I'm also so fortunate to have been part of the continuing project of the microgrid project and the hydrogen project, which we are continuing with. The hydrogen project will enable Kit Carson to use excess renewable energy that can be stored long-term for nighttime use and for severe winter events or weather events. The hydrogen project will strengthen long-term reliability in northern New Mexico. I'm so proud to be a part of this and to the positive impact on the Taos community and the members that Kit Carson serves. I also want to say how extremely happy that I'm involved in these efforts and to be a part of everything that Kit Carson does and to be a part of the community and to remember that with God, all things are possible. My dream to return home from college to work for a community-focused company is indeed a dream come true. And proven dreams come true through hard work and commitment. I am truly thankful for being a part of this community. In closing, I am appreciative of being chosen as a recipient of the award, the Taoseña Women of Impact Award. This is about all of us coming together to ensure that our community, and most importantly, our youth and kids have the opportunities that they require to succeed in life. To the women here tonight, your impact matters more than you know. So strive to engage in community activities and do your best. Thank you everyone for attending and supporting the Taoseña Women of Impact.
And before recognizing our final honoree for this evening, I'd like to take a moment to recognize our final sponsor, yet another critical institution within our community and one that has impacted me greatly. The University of New Mexico Taos Branch Campus promotes discovery, generates intellectual and cultural contributions, honors academic values, and fosters an educated, healthy, and economically vigorous northern New Mexico. UNM Taos is focused on transforming the educational experience by creating supportive, intellectually challenging, exciting, and diverse learning environments. Their faculty's role inside and outside the classroom is to ensure the lifelong success, upward social mobility, and engagement of all learners. UNM Taos works for the growth and advancement of New Mexicans and their contributions across the globe. Thank you to Dr. Mary Gutierrez and UNM Taos. As a woman, sometimes in life, you're really, really fortunate to find another woman who becomes not only a friend, but a dear sister, one that you can show up for and show up as you are. May not see them over time, but when you do, there's that instant connection and acceptance and love. I'm really blessed to have met several of those women throughout my life, many of whom are here scattered throughout the room, and one of whom is our next honoree. I'm going to need a minute. Tonight's final honoree has dedicated her career to strengthening community through education, collaborative planning, and visionary leadership, all rooted in cultural values. Sean Duran began her service to Taos Pueblo in the Education and Training Division, work which, in addition to her master's degree in public administration, laid the foundation for a broader approach to long-term planning and self-determination. As the Chief Operating Officer for Taos Pueblo, she now serves directly under tribal government and oversees 8 departments and divisions. Her work includes advocacy for all tribal programs, and especially, Sean emphasizes, for self-governance. To that end, she belongs to the Self-Governance Advisory Committee for the Department of the Interior and Tribal Self-Governance for the Indian Health Services Department. Her leadership style emphasizes collaboration, accountability, and respect. She has been instrumental in advancing Taos Pueblo's innovative, community-driven priority process, which integrates 5 areas of focus: education, housing, health, economic development, and leadership continuity into a unified vision for the future. This work has gained national recognition, including selection by Harvard University's Honoring Nations program for its groundbreaking approach to Indigenous self-governance. She credits her parents and grandparents for teaching her spiritual guidance, knowledge, and a foundation that carries her into anything she undertakes. Through decades of service, she has helped shape systems both that honor the tradition of her ancestors while also preparing Taos Pueblo for generations to come. Colleagues describe her as a steady, thoughtful leader who works tirelessly to ensure programs truly serve the people. I describe her as a respected mentor, dear friend, and sister of the heart. Family and friends, please join me in welcoming Sean Duran.
Talk to the twos.
Okay, I can do this. That was hard to follow, I just have to say. I wasn't expecting tears to come up quite that quickly, but definitely. Good evening, everyone. Sean Duran, Chief of Operations for Taos Pueblo, but also a woman that comes from the heart to you all tonight. So thank you for having this event, and thank you for all the wonderful women that were also honored this evening. Standing here, I feel an overwhelming sense of gratitude and humility. To be recognized as a woman of impact is not something I ever imagined for myself. I too like to be in the background, but I also want to express my gratitude for the tribal leadership being here, our Lieutenant War Chief Romero and our Lieutenant Governor Chisholm. I appreciate you being here this evening. This honor reflects not just my work, but strength, love, and teachings of the women who shaped me. I am here because of them, my grandmothers, my aunties, my mentors, my sisters in the community, and especially a woman whose loss is still very fresh in my heart, my mother-in-law, Beverly Durand, who just passed away 1 month ago today. She led with grace, humor, and strong commitment to family and her culture. Even in her hardest moments, she taught me what resilience is like and what is rooted in love. Tonight, I carry her with me. I honor her. And as I thank her for shaping the woman that I continue to become, I also want to acknowledge the generations of Taos Pueblo women who came before us, women who held our families together, protected our traditions, and ensured that our community would not only survive, but thrive. Their sacrifices are the foundation on which we stand today. In my work with our tribal community and tribal leadership, love and passion are not just values, they're responsibilities. They guide every decision, every challenge, and every moment of service. Love for our people, passion for our tribal sovereignty, and commitment to our future are what keep me grounded. They remind me that leadership is not about recognition. It's about carrying forward the hopes of those who came before us and creating that space for those who come after us. Every day, I am reminded that our work is not individual, it's a collective. It is the product of teams who show up with heart, departments who push through challenges, and leaders who believe in the strength of our people. I am proud to serve alongside those who care deeply about our elders, our youth, and our families, and the generations yet to come. Together, we are building systems that honor our traditions while preparing our community for the future. And as a Taos Pueblo woman, I know that leadership is not measured by titles. It is measured by how we show up for our people. It is measured by how we listen, how we uplift others, and how we carry our responsibilities with humility. I stand here tonight not as an individual being honored, but as a reflection of the many hands, voices, and hearts that have shaped my path. To the women of Taos Pueblo, past, present, and future, thank you for showing us what great strength looks like. Thank you for teaching us that love is power, that service is purpose, and that our community is worth every ounce of passion we give. I accept this award in honor of all of you and in the honor of my mother-in-law, whose spirit continues to guide me. May we continue to lead with heart, to serve with humility, and walk forward together as Taoseños committed to the well-being of all our people. Finally, I want to express my gratitude to our Creator, whose presence and guidance make all things possible. I am deeply thankful for my family, my son Nelson, my daughter Hillary, and my grandchildren, Linnea, Jude, and Daisy, whose unwavering support has sustained me throughout this journey. Their encouragement is a constant source of strength. I also wish to recognize the dedicated workforce and tribal leadership of Taos Pueblo. Their commitment and collaboration are vital to our community's progress and well-being. I am appreciative also to the Taos News and to Sunshine Durand for the nomination, and the selection committee for their role in this recognition, as well as everyone who contributed to making this event a reality. Ta.
That is what it's all about. That is what it's all about. Okay, Sean, don't get too comfortable because I'm going to ask for our 8 honorees to please stand for a moment if you're able to do so and are willing to do so. Juliet, Enriqueta, Lauralee, Maria, Tomasita, Carmela, Sean, and Rose, if you want to stand in as proxy for Gina. Ladies, you are here today because of the impact that you have had in community, not only for the work that you do, but for who you are, for your spirit of service, your passion and compassion for your dedication and your selflessness, and in recognition for your inherent light and for your willingness to share that light with all around you. Thank you for your reminder to stay grounded in faith and in these lands, to keep the fire of convictions burning brightly, and to allow the tremendous love for family and community to flow freely. Please accept this round of applause with our respect, admiration, gratitude, and love. Family and friends, ladies and gentlemen, your 2026 Taos News Taoseña Award, Women of Impact. Thank you. You may now take your seats. And I'd like to now invite the Honorable Lieutenant Governor of Taos Pueblo, Delbert Chisholm, to join us on stage. He'd like to share a few words. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Good evening, everyone. My name is Lieutenant Governor Delbert Chisholm. I'm from Taos Pueblo. It's always good to see our communities come together in a good way to recognize the people who help keep Taos going and strong. On behalf of Taos Pueblo, I want to congratulate Sean Duran and Tomasita Tedesco and all the women being recognized tonight as Taos Women of Impact. When I asked Anita to say a few words, she said to keep it short. In Taos, that usually means somewhere between 2 minutes and 2 council meetings. Don't worry, I promise this one will be much shorter than a council meeting. In our Pueblo way of life, we are taught that the strength of our community comes from those who serve with humility and care for others. Sean and Toma's dedication and commitment reflect these values through their work. They have strengthened not only Taos Pueblo, but the entire community of Taos. At home, at the Pueblo, we often say that we all eat from the same basket. Tonight is a good reminder that the basket stays full because of the people like Sean, Toma, and all the wonderful women being honored tonight. They give their time, their energy, and their hearts to the community. When you look at everything these women have accomplished, it also reminds the rest of us that we probably need to work a little harder. I'd like to provide a little context to the prayer that was given by a Lieutenant War Chief. There's a saying in there, loosely translated, it means, without women, we men are nothing. So to all you men here tonight and online watching this, remember to respect your grandmas, your mothers, your sisters, your aunties, your daughters, and your wives. May our Creator bring you peace and love. And in closing, please join me once again in congratulating all the women of impact tonight. Thank you, ladies. Appreciate all of you. Thank you. Good night.
Let's give it up for Lieutenant Governor. Thank you so much. I want to thank Ellen. Where's Ellen? Come on out, Ellen. Ellen's our magazine editor that put the whole magazine together. behind the scenes. I want to thank Sarah Kolig. She's our designer that put the magazine, the design work for it. She did a wonderful job. Clementine Miller, a photographer. Thank you, Clementine. She will have a video slideshow up tonight. I want to thank Mary Chavis, my office manager, for 20 years. She puts this whole thing on. She's went to bed. She has a route tonight, by the way. But anyways, thank you, Mary. Chris Wood, he's been with the paper for 20 years. Thank you, Chris, is in the background. Our ad director. Sean Roberts, our circulation director. I'm not sure where Sean's at, but he has a chore of putting out tomorrow's paper. So thank you, Sean, wherever you're at. Thank you, Laura. Thank you for coming. Our HR director, Laura Martin. Thank you, Laura. Heather, our web editor, she's out there making sure that everybody can see this. So thank you, Heather, for being out there. I'm going to thank the boys at Razor Sharp. Thank you, guys. You did a wonderful job. And finally, I want to thank everyone for being here, and be sure to pick up a paper tomorrow. Thank you. Support our street centers. Thank you.